Hello, my name is Malcolm, and thank you for joining me on the 15th episode of Just Trying to Live a Positive Life, Season 2. And this is a penultimate episode. One more to go until we finish the second series. I'm proud of myself. I'm thankful to everyone that's listened to whatever amount of an episode or all the episodes they've listened to or whatnot, because it's all a contribution to the podcast that I've done. So I appreciate it. And I hope I have gained some more fans, listeners, and they will join me on my future ventures with podcasts, maybe even a season 3 of Just Trying to Live a Positive Life. But regardless, I thank you for any of the support I've received from you. So, episode 15, tell me about your year so far. We are April, and we have just really got through the first week of April. So we're talking about that's 1/3 of the year complete. Now, this isn't in relation to New Year's resolutions as such, because I've explained before, I'm not a New Year's resolution kind of person, but I still believe that we all have goals, and real goals are set whenever they need to be set, not just on New Year's Day or New Year's Eve, are they? So sometimes even if we don't set goals in our mind, we know what we kind of want to achieve by certain stages throughout the year. So, for example, there's a few things with me, and I'm going to start off with my change of career, where I changed career in July of last year, 2023. I was training within the new career for 3 months, 12 weeks. And I actually went live on the job. So I actually started doing the job, completed training at the start of October. So that takes me to 6 months. We'll say 6 months. And it's really been an up and down journey. There's been a lot of positives. There's been negatives. There's been lots of learning. It really is a replication of life, isn't it? Ups and downs, learnings and growth. But I'm at a stage where I've still got so much more to learn, and I always will be learning on the job. But I've got to a stage where I'm finding my feet enough in the job role. And I'm at a stage where more responsibility can and will be put on me when needed at work, even if that's due to other staff members that have got more experience aren't in on the day. But it's to the point of where my company has more faith on me to do certain job roles. So I take that with pride, and I want to keep growing and learning and being able to stand up to whatever position, stand up to the plate and do what's ever required of me when it's required. What else? I wanted to have done more work on my flat or apartment, whatever you want to call it, whatever you know it by. I wanted to do more refurbished work, modernize it, bring it to life. And that hasn't happened so far this year. And it didn't really happen last year. So I'm behind on that. We're the start of April, and it's still work I haven't got into work, It's work I haven't got underway. And that's down to busyness of life, because I am a busy person. I enjoy being busy. I don't say it as if like I want sympathy or whatnot. I want you to get the small violins out. I enjoy being busy. It's a busy career that I'm in. I'm busy like a lot of people doing the day-to-day things once you're not at work, whether it's housework or, attending to your children and whatnot, which are all things that we do and we're proud to do. But it does all take time. And then when we are doing housework, we have to be refurbishment work or renovation work, we need to have the time to dedicate to it, as well as doing the day-to-day chores and whatnot. So yeah, it's still something I need to get underway, bring my flat to life, give it more energy. And I need to sort of schedule out when I can dedicate the time to do it properly. So I'm not up to scratch with that. And that's still what I need to do, what I want to do, what I will do. And yeah, we definitely need to start on that by the end of the year, comfortably by the end of the year. And do you remember I said I started Yoruba lessons? I started Yoruba lessons, was it end of February or middle of February? And unfortunately, already I've started to lose that bit of enthusiasm for doing the lessons. I mean, I haven't done a lesson for a week. Now, that may not sound like a big gap, but when you're learning a language, you need to be doing it really once or twice. But the issue with it being a week is like I just haven't wanted to do it. I haven't had that motivation to do it. I feel like I'm falling into the same pattern I've had when I've tried to learn other languages where I'm not finding or I'm not putting myself in a position to find people that I can practice the language with regularly. So all it is me learning it from my teacher, but that's not me learning it and enhancing it in real time in conversation with people that speak it on a day-to-day basis. So the enthusiasm has waned quite a lot, and I've still got lessons that I can book up. So hopefully, I can get a bit more fire in me to start them again. But unfortunately, the energy for that doesn't feel good at the moment in the way of I need to reapply myself or decide if I want to follow through with it. So I did say to myself, and I said to my teacher, that, I wanted this to be a life journey. I wanted this to be something I keep doing. And he's probably heard it a million times before. I didn't want to be one of them people, but at the moment I am. So I'm being honest with that. I could act like it's all going well and going smoothly with my Yoruba lessons, or I could have just stayed quiet and not even mention it. But that's not being real. And, that's not me explaining that I'm not perfect, because I'm not perfect. I hope I said that the right way around. That's me showing that I'm not perfect, and things that I do attempt, I don't always follow through with them, or I don't keep the enthusiasm, and, I let it go. So that's a shame, but we will see. Hopefully I'll get back to that. So that leads me lastly to say, how do I feel my year so far is going? How do I feel within myself? I feel I've grown a lot. And by growing a lot, I feel I've grown through, again, it goes back to my job, my career, where it's such a people person's job, where I'm interacting with people. I'm learning on the spot with my interactions. And each day, I'm learning new skills. I'm learning new ways of dealing with situations. Just like I grow and change each week, each day, I guess, or each month, whatever, so are the people I'm working with. So I can't think what worked yesterday will always work today. And that's keeping me fresh. It's keeping me growing, because I have to keep evolving to do the job role that I'm doing. So there's been a lot of personal growth. I'm impressed with how I've managed to fit in my exercise and workouts when I can. Again, very busy at work. I'm able to train at work sometimes. I train before I go into work, depending on what shift I'm doing. I'll train, once or twice on my 2 days off, if possible. So, I'm trying to keep in shape as well as I can. I'm trying to train or exercise smarter. As I'm getting older, I can't train like I was a 20-year-old, like, when I was 20, but I can train smart and be conscious of, I don't want to put too much impact on my body, or I don't want to wear myself out and let the ego try and, convince me that I can still train like I was when I was at that younger age, because I can't. But I can still enjoy my exercise, and I can still exercise in an efficient way. So, yeah, I'm happy with the exercise. My relationship with my children, I am happy with. Now, this is a bit of a two-part thing. Relationship with my children, my two younger boys, I feel it's growing. They see the strict dad. They see the very loving and funny dad, and they see the dad that will explain whatever it is I'm explaining. If there's a situation, I'll explain why I'm gonna act like I will in a situation, regardless if it's, telling them off or getting them to rethink about what they're doing and asking them why they've done that and letting them be aware of the effect it can have on other people. Or I'm trying to spend more time and have fun with them when we do, because I can still get caught up in doing the housework or doing my studying courses, what I do. And I've started another course on Udemy. I'm sure you've all heard of Udemy. And that's just like, it's not going to get me no university degrees or whatnot, but it's a self-learning course that will help me in the area I've asked, I want that help in. So, sorry, digress slightly there. So it's a case of, excuse me. So yeah, with my boys, I'm happy with the relationship with them, and I need to make sure though I do spend enough quality time with them. Now they're at their age where they don't want me 24/7, playing games with them or trying to chill or hang out with them. But I need to make sure I'm spending that time with them, and I need to remind myself of that each time. And I think I'm doing a reasonable job with that. My relationship with my eldest, my daughter, is non-existent at the moment, unfortunately. And I hope with time and growth and understanding, we will both rekindle that. I love her very much. And, I believe and I hope we will be brought back together in the way we're meant to. But I do believe we're old enough. I say we're old enough. I'm old enough. My daughter's old enough to make her decisions. And I respect that. And with the disagreements and differences on opinions and whatnot we've had, I respect that. The door's always open. But I think it's about letting each other grow and make the choices, and we'll have that conversation when we're meant to have it in the future. So my year so far, if I was to rate it out of 10, I'd maybe give it a 6. So there's a lot more I want to do, mainly in regards to what I've talked about. And yeah, we'll see what other surprises and what other new things will come along in the year for me. So how is your year so far? Because that's mine. What more do you want to do with your year? Is there anything you need to reset and start again because it just hasn't gone well enough? And regardless, don't be too harsh on yourself, because that's right. We're only human. We make mistakes. And at the end of the day, we're just trying to live a positive life. And remember, next week is the last episode in the series. So again, I thank you for joining me on this journey. And we still got one more to go. 3 a.m. UK time on Wednesday. If you don't catch the actual live episode, tune into it as soon as you wake up, because it will be on Podbean. It will be on many of the other podcast stations and whatnot as well, that are easily accessible on your phone through apps and whatnot. And all the other big names and whatnot of them. So, but yeah, I advise you to catch it on Podbean. Have a great day. Have a great week. And we'll catch you next week for the final episode. Thank you for joining.